Now we've got a bit of shenanigans going on here, because we've got a fish pond here that has been going for longer than 10 years, and all the fish seem to get to about this size, and we never find dead ones. It's just that when they get any bigger than this, it is possible that they just disappear, because a 10-year-old goldfish should be a sort of 30 centimetre fish, whereas these ones are pretty much stopping at 15 centimetres. Now there is a lot of kookaburras in the area, so there is a possibility that one of the local territorial kookaburras, because kookaburras are a territorial bird, and he may have developed an interest in fish farming. So he may be waiting for these fish to fatten up and be to his liking. Then he swoops down and grabs it, and while he preserves the other fish that are in there and allows them to fatten up for him to be happy with it. So that is a possibility. Now what's going on in this pond is there is a second water pump that runs this water feature that isn't on right now. There's a couple of solar powered aerators, and there is one hell of a filter system. It's got a big water pump in the bottom that pumps something like 17,000 litres. You can see it returning here with a fabulous amount of surface agitation. Then hidden up the back here is a monster of a filter. So that filter is going to get backwashed on a semi-regular basis, maybe once or twice a month if they remember, and then every sort of 3 to 6 months it'll get cleaned. So what we'll do is take it all out, clean all the media in water that we've taken from the pond, not from the tap, and then put it all back together. So when we do water changes, there's 3 things we're going to add to the water. A bit of water ager, a bit of conditioning salts for the GH, and a little bit of carbonate powder, because Sydney tap water has no carbonate in it. And at the moment this pond is running almost 0 kH. If your kH gets to 0, your fish start dying. If your kH is anything above 0, then that doesn't tend to be the reason. Anyway, so what we're going to do next to find out if our theory on the fishman kookaburra is right, we're going to tie off some fishing line. There's plenty of things around here that we can tie fishing line off. Then when our farmer kookaburra decides that one of the fish is all ripe and ready to eat, and he comes flying down from the tree, he may very well get snagged by the fishing line, splat into the water. Chances are he'll be totally fine. It'll just scare the crap out of him, and then he probably won't do it again. And then if we find that, let's say by next year, the fish start getting larger than they have for the last 10 years, then that theory may be correct. Anyway, other than that, it's really quite a beautiful fish pond in a really beautiful backyard with an awesome view. So fish keeping is really 50% about the water quality, which we're getting under control now, and 50% about food. So we're going to change these fish over to Danichi food, slow cooked bioencapsulated food, super good quality. And in summer, we're only going to feed them a few times a week, and we're going to make sure that all the food's eaten in 30 seconds. And in winter, we're going to hardly feed them at all. But all in all, the fish do look quite healthy from the top. Got fabulous filtration on it. Now that we're raising the KH level, there's no excuse why these fish won't thrive. And hopefully our little trick to catch our little farmer might work, and then we can let these fish grow up. But we definitely would not want to add more fish. Every system can only be run to its biological capacity, and I would not add more fish to this system because the fish do need to grow.